create like a 2-hour session that trained people how to play DayZ. That would be a really cool tool. It might not be good because some of the fun of the game is learning it over many hours, you know. You'd almost be spoiling the fun. But it would be cool for some people to be able to do 50 hours worth of learning in 2 hours, you know. I don't think DayZ's a game, like the idea for DayZ is that it's the sort of game that doesn't have a tutorial. It's an anti-game. It was always meant to be like that anti-game kind of thing, you know, so it's not, I don't think it's on the devs to do that, by the way, but there's a lot more modding and a lot more available right now, you know, but it's always meant to be. It was when I started playing and had no clue. And it was when somebody starts playing tomorrow or today or whatever. It's the same thing. It's meant to be that way. And I'm not going to lie, and I've said this in the past, but I was probably about 10 minutes away from giving up on DayZ when I first started playing it. And that's the thing with a game like that, you know, you see so many bad reviews. Sometimes it's a bad review and someone's got like, this game is terrible, it's completely broken, it's completely shit. And they've played it 30 hours in the last 2 weeks and 2,500 hours in total, you know. You're like, well, that's an interesting review, you know. You must really have a low benchmark for what you're prepared to do for 2,500 hours, right? But equally, you see a lot of negative reviews of someone that's been playing it for 3 hours and they just couldn't get it. And then that's okay, because some people aren't going to get a game like that. There'll be people that have the same with Tarkov as well. They play it and they just can't get into it. And they can't get over that steep cliff of the start of the learning curve. It'll happen, you know. People will fail on entry, you know, and because they don't have that mindset to go and learn and they want it, it's not their game, and that's fine. But I was about 10 minutes away from that myself. I really was. I was spawning in, I was seeing some trees. I was like, where the fuck am I? I don't know. And then I'd die. And then I'd spawn in and see a zombie and shit myself, and then I'd travel down a road and I'd die. You know, everybody goes through that. Everybody does. And I broke my legs. I think a zombie broke my legs. I'm pretty sure zombies used to be able to hit you and break your legs randomly. It might happen. However, maybe I fell and broke my legs. I can't really remember, but I broke my legs anyway. I can't remember how it happened. But I was lying prone in Solnichi trying to work out how to get a stick and fix it. And I was like, oh, fuck this. I can't take it. I don't know if I can. I think this is it for me. I've just watched a load of these videos and I've seen Frankie on PC doing all this stuff. And it's all been amazing. And I've come in and I've done it. And it's not at all like what I saw in the YouTube videos. It's not like that at all. It's just bleak and miserable and I fucking hate it. And I was about to give up. And then two nice fellas came along and were like, are you okay? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Do you want to do my TeamSpeak? What's TeamSpeak? And it's kind of cool even thinking about it, you know, because if those two fellas hadn't come along and helped me, probably would have never played DayZ anymore, you know. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. Wouldn't have a Twitch channel. That's insane, really, isn't it? To think about, right? Because I was close. I was like minutes away from like, fuck this, I give up. So I wonder if old matey came this way. Slug, do I remember who they are? They both still come into the channel from time to time. There's only one server on DayZ that is kind of vaguely related to me anymore. And it's a modded server hosted by a dude called Blackhawk. And one of the two guys was Blackhawk, and he still comes into the channel sometimes. And the other guy was called Scan, and he still comes into the channel sometimes. I think he was in the other day. I haven't played with them for 5 years, but I ought to have a session with those guys. I really ought to. If you watch my first years, and this is something I actually have a tinge of guilt about, really, if I'm being honest. But I think it's part of developing as a streamer, unfortunately. But in 2014, I was a DayZ player, and I met a load of people, and I had a load of fun. And you know, there's a lot of the DVS guys have it, and a lot of you guys will have it too. You know, you meet people in the game, and they become your DayZ mates, and then you get to know them and stuff. And I got that in 2014, like everybody did. You know, like I didn't have a YouTube channel. I never made a YouTube video and whatnot. And I kind of grew a little collection of DayZ buddies, and we used to play like once or twice a week or whatever, you know, like everybody did. And once I started making videos, that didn't stop. In my early videos, you'll see people like Blackhawk and Inapsine. Blackhawk, the guy I just talked about, is in some of my early YouTube videos. There's one called... I can't remember the subject. There's one where he's absolutely steaming drunk in it, and he's at the end of it, he's like making this noise like he's trying to swallow his microphone. It's something about like some guy that double crosses us, and we're trying to work it out, but I can't remember the name of the video. But he's in a few of my early videos, along with someone called Inapsine who comes into the channel sometimes, and some other people. First time I played DayZ with Tope and my ex, Tope always came back to find me when I got lost. It happened a lot. Turn down the full art option. But yeah, it is interesting to think about that. But yeah, going back to the friends thing, like in 2014, I was playing with these guys regularly. But once I became a streamer, when I was still a YouTuber, I could still play, and whatever we did, we could make into a YouTube video. But once I became a streamer, I had 20 to 30 people watching. It's not like I wanted to be a professional streamer, but I just wasn't at that time equipped to be able to do it. I was really struggling to... Oh, you're learning how to stream, you know, so... When I streamed, I lone wolfed, and then within 3 months I was partnered, and so then I was like, well, actually this could go somewhere. So if I streamed with someone, then I kind of had to collab with another streamer and try to stop it being like a bit of a hobby and start it being something that it became, you know. And so I haven't played with like Inapsine and Tree, Floating on Tree. He hasn't come in for many years actually, Floating on Tree, but I remember the names of the people I used to play with because I played with them for like a year in DayZ, like regularly all the time, got to know them, you know. There's some others too, you know. Can't beat a good sub stream. I don't think it's coming back. I'm sorry to say. I'm kind of collabing once a week. I don't know. There seems more worries now. Maybe I'm more worried because it's paying my mortgage, you know, bangers. But there's like I met a dude earlier that said words that those words alone could potentially get me in trouble. You know, if those words were on YouTube, it'd stop me having adverts played. Do you know what I mean? It's my channel that's at stake, and when I meet somebody randomly in the game, I can shut it down and move on. But if someone starts saying that kind of stuff in my TeamSpeak or Discord, I'm kind of as much to blame then. And I just, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit more reserved than I should be, but it just seems a risk that I don't want to take anymore. Exactly, Redline. JB Buffin, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Kyle, thanks for not giving up. Love this stuff. Thank you very, very much. Nidix, thank you for the 49 months. To be honest, I prefer watching you play rather than playing myself. Awesome entertainment. Max Rayman, thank you very, very much. It's not a failed betrayal. It's... Well, let's have a look to see if Zero's up. Yeah, hang on. Let's have a look. One with... I'll know it when, as soon as I see it, I'll know it. And it was, I think it was shared on a status report, or maybe it wasn't. I can't really remember, but let's just close that. Whack telling it like it really is, bangers, eh? I hope you're good, bangers, by the way. JB, Kyle, Max, thank you very much for the support, guys. Right, let me just have a look at... Right, Zero's offline for a minute. We'll just go to my YouTube channel and have a quick look. I'll see if I can find it. You can't see my YouTube channel yet. Let me just get to YouTube Studio. No, not Studio. Let's go to your channel. I know it's a blank screen, but I'll sort it out in a second. Right, I'm going up there. I'm going to go onto one of these wires. Right, there we go. So this is actually harder than you think to do. To go back that amount of time. Like people are saying you should make more videos, and then you start scrolling through them. Oh, it didn't take as bad. It's not as bad on this as I thought it would be. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at those thumbnails. Running Mantage. I should use that again. I like that. Running Mantage. That's good. I'd forgot I called my video Running Mantage. That video there has got Erno in it from when he was called Willie Stroker. The street dodges and the hat sucker. Let's see if we can see then. That in that video, I accidentally shoot Inapsine, so one of the other guys I was just talking about. It's not called The Betrayal. The Chaps of Cammy Showphone. I don't think I would call it that now. I don't think I'd feel I would get away with it. It's around here. This feels about the right time. The Dilemma, that's it. That's it, The Dilemma. 6 years ago, look. 6 years ago, listen to the music. See what my voice sounds like. Hi guys, this is TheRunningManZ. Thanks very much for checking out this video. In this video, I'm running into Starry Sobor with my friends Inapsine and Blackhawk. Exactly the same. I'd say I don't sound any different, you know. Yeah. I don't sound younger.
YouTube Pride 2021 with Ollie Alexander, Demi Lovato, and many more, June 25th.
I am on holiday, so okay, I'm allowed to drink. Why are you running and I can't fucking run?
He's practically still back at Mashinko, and we're almost at Zelenicals. Mashinko.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah.
Why is this shit?
Yeah, you definitely
run, you stupid little man. Why? Wait up! Fuck this shit!
We'd better wait. We'd better wait.
Yeah, he's gonna fall asleep, but he's on it.
I'm not going to fall asleep. This is annoying. Why the fuck this crappy fucking bugged game is like this?
But there's four of us. There's 4 of us, Blackhawk, and 3 of us have ran up the hill perfectly fine.
Yes, I know, and this is my fucking crappy game, so it's fucked up.
It's a crappy game because you can't do it.
But are you actually still moving?
Yes, I'm still. It's shit.
Fucking hell,
It's
Blackhawk.
making me fight it. Blackhawk, stop sucking at the microphone.
I'm not sucking on my fucking microphone, for fucking sake. You're doing it, it's all the fucking night. I'm not sucking on my microphone.
Coming in, deep throat. Let's go this way. Yeah, that's him. That's kind of cool. I've not seen that video for several years myself. I don't sound any younger, by the way, guys. That's not true. All it is that I had a different microphone. I say my voice is different. I don't think my voice is different through age. I think my voice is different because I talk for 40 hours a week. I think my voice has developed. I'd imagine my larynx is powerful now. I've got a powerful larynx. What is a larynx? Is that something wasps have, or do I have it? God, that is cool. It's weird, actually. It's like weird to come back to here. Like, if you look, that's a 500 subs on YouTube video. And I think people forget that. Like, I had someone telling me that I was botting, and I'd only been successful because of botting the other day on Twitter. Now, I don't say that because I was offended by it. It just made me smile. I didn't give a shit. It was kind of funny. But I think it's easy for people to get that it's so long to do this kind of shit, you know? Like, when I started here, I had no fucking clue what I was doing, and maybe I still don't know now, but it's kind of weird to think. I remember making that thumbnail. And I remember I had an adventure where I met a person that was watching my videos, and I remember the sound of his voice, and I think it's in one of the other videos nearby. I remember that being my first video, hardcore with a shotgun. It's not that great, but I remember that being one of my very first videos where it did well on Reddit, so it got good views. Like it got me some extra subs. So none of these videos. I'd only done a few. I didn't really know what I was doing, but by that first one there, grenade 33 grenades video. When I played that, I was lone wolfing, and I after that video, I remember thinking, or not the video, but the actual game. I remember thinking that maybe I could be a YouTuber. There was some stories in the game that were really epic, and if I could feel like that playing the game, maybe I could try to recreate it somehow and make some kind of content out of it. I kind of felt like there was something in it, you know. And so that one kind of made me actually start believing that, like, I'd been making some videos, but the videos I were making were just videos because it was fun and for other people to see. But after that particular gaming session, I was like, well, maybe there's a bit more in it, you know. And then that video did really well on Reddit, and I kind of learned a little bit and believed a tiny bit in myself. And then that video, the collaboration there, I like that thumbnail. I think that thumbnail looks good. I don't really know why, but not the lettering so much, but the thumbnail looks good. That video was shared by who was it that was the guy doing the status reports then? I'm forgetting his name now. He was a nice fella. He was the one that did the first status reports. But the very first status report that DayZ ever had that video on it. The first status report they did had that video linked to it as like the community spotlight section. It wasn't Matt Lightfoot, no, because the status reports didn't come in the really early days. But yeah, I can't remember the name. I should remember his name because he liked my videos, which helped me a little bit. Because at this moment, I was applying for Twitch partner. So this got shared on the... I don't know, where are we? Where were we? I had 500 subs somewhere. Oh no, I've got that wrong. But this did get shared on the thing. But so I didn't apply for my Twitch partner here. But when I think he did it a little bit after, so it wasn't like the video came out and then he shared it. Like the first status report was maybe up here somewhere, but he chose to share this video anyway. You know, it wasn't my latest one. And then this one, the dark and the light, that was the first video where it's just a shitty little adventure really, but we've gone a bit down a wormhole, guys. I'm going to start the game in a minute, don't worry, but it was just a really cool thing. And actually, on the subject, I wrote an opinion piece, bollocks, on Twitter the other day, and I referenced this thing I put at the end, where we're all sitting around a fire, the Hall's Law thing. That was this video that I mentioned in that Twitter thing. But enough about that. It's kind of nice to delve into memory lane, but we've only got an hour left. We ought to play some DayZ. Cheers, cracks. Take it easy, dudes. Wasn't it actually Emily Blunt? It wasn't Peter Nespesny, no. What was it? I think his name began with S. Stuart Stevens. He was the community manager. I can't remember the name of the dude. That's really bad, but we're going back a long time, way before Batty, way before Dustin Hux. Samsonite. Right, let's click play. Got a couple of little mods to download, so I'm going to have to do those. General Pain, don't take it the wrong way. Everybody gets that here. It's like an in-joke, by the way. Someone must know. Esmos! Oh! Well done! 5-7. It was Esmos. You probably already typed it. Esmos was the name of who it was. Yeah, well done. But yeah, when I applied for partnership, I applied twice for partner, and the first time they said no. And then I just reapplied like 2 weeks later. And 2 weeks later, they'd done the status report. It was actually more like a month, I think. It was like a month later. And in the month since then, my YouTube channel had gone from 4,000 subs to 8,000 subs. That week, as I applied for partner, the DayZ devs had done the first status report, and my video was shared on it. And so when I reapplied for partnership, I just sort of said, look, my Twitch channel is only another month old, but I've gained this amount of follows. On YouTube, I've doubled my subscriber count, and this week the devs have done their first status report and recommended my videos, you know. You should partner me. Look at me. I'm going places. I'm telling you. I ain't going to stay at 100 views. I'm definitely going to get 150 one day. And yeah, it's kind of cool thinking about it, you know. It's a long time ago.